Okay, so then today happened, and I was like really tired, really slow, not feeling it. But then I was like, okay, I can get into it if I'm there. We started, and I was like feeling fine. But then, I don't know, part of me was like mentally still not in it, didn't really want to play. Also felt like, I don't know, Anthony wasn't getting it together, and we just like continued where we left off and didn't like reset and try to start over. I think I was like a lot to fault too, because I just like I said, mentally was not in it and just wanted to get it over with and didn't really want to play. Like yesterday, I was like, dang, I really want to play beach volleyball and I'm really excited to play. And then today, I was like, fuck, I just want to get it over with. Oh, which is so bad. I know. It's like how yesterday I was like, okay, we won the first two, and then I was like, Anthony, no matter how much how like the last one goes, like it's fine because I'm happy with how we did the first two, and then we lost, and then this one I was like, I'm happy with how yesterday went, so even if today doesn't go well, it's okay. But today was, I think, the worst team out of the four teams that we played, and I think we should have won. I don't know. We just like weren't on the same page. It was also super windy. And I was like, Anthony, where do you want your sets? And I thought we like figured it out. But then what he was telling me what he wanted, I was like, I feel like that's actually not what you want and not the best way that you've been scoring and hitting. And so I was like, okay, whatever. I don't care enough to like be like, no, let's do this. Even though he would have listened to me, I think. But basically, like, I felt like I should push it out against the wind because I think Anthony has a hard time adjusting to the left. Like, if the ball's to the left of him and he's right-handed, he can't hit. And I think it's easier to adjust if the ball's like to the right because he's right-handed, and that's how I am too. He was like, no, I just want it high and in the middle, or sorry, not high because it was windy, but like just like up and in the middle so that he can just get it. I don't know. And then he just kept saying all these things. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. My brain is just not working. And so then I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. And I think mentally I was just getting so like quiet. And it was just honestly because I was so tired more than anything. And I tried to like get it back together and communicate. I was like, okay, like reset and we're fine. And then I don't know, I think me getting down made him get down. And I think that's like the worst pairing you can have, especially with someone who's so anxious like me. And so I think it was just like we lost because we weren't on the same page and we weren't able to like really communicate and be in sync. And I think we totally like deserve to lose for that reason alone. I just wish we could have like mentally been better, and I think that was on me. But playing wise, I think I played the best that I could have, and I thought I was passing well and setting decently given the wind and digging a lot. I just think, yeah, my hits weren't doing a lot. And I think like the one thing I could have done in retrospect, because I wasn't thinking about it so much during the game, was roll a little bit more instead of try to hit like deep seam and like go down the line more and just change it up more. And I wish like Anthony was like strategy mentality too, because maybe he would have noticed and told me like just change it up. Like I think in beach it's like, I don't know, you just like have to adjust to what the other people are doing and then just change it up because then they can't predict. My phone died, but I'm using Nicole's now and hope she doesn't mind. But yeah, today I went in with the intention of like trying hard to not change my game and play anxiously and just like swing hard, still serve aggressively. Yeah, I guess like be more aggressive instead of playing passively and just like trying not to miss, even though I really still do, I think, favor consistency over anything. Yeah, I think I was just like so focused on that I couldn't think of like the strategy that I wanted to play because I just stuck with like Anthony, you take the middle and you hit, which maybe was a bad idea, but I still think his hits would have been stronger than mine. I don't know, maybe not. That's okay. Yeah, I'm still proud of us, and I think I'm really excited actually to play tomorrow for quads. I think that was like the thing I was looking forward to the most. I just was too worried about doubles to even think about that yet. I was definitely like very, very sad after we played because I was like, damn, we could have done better. Like me and Anthony as a team. Oh my God, the exposure. I don't know what's going on. Blah. My arm is getting tired, so I'm just going to hold it here. But yeah, yesterday, I think there were 2 times while we were playing that I was like literally going to cry because I was so happy because I was so proud of us. Like literally, I think it was like one of the best, like I said, volleyball times I played, and also like communication wise and like effort wise and attitude wise, like all around. And then today, after we played, I was like, oh my God, I want to cry because that was so bad. Like we could have done better. And I'm like a little bit disappointed in us. But highlight of yesterday, one of them I would say, is when we played against Richard and his partner, and they were the older team that was like making us run everywhere, me especially, he came up to me afterwards and he was like, I love your attitude. You're so fun. And like, you're so great and you're the best. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. And I think it's just because like, I was obviously like having a good time playing against them, even though we were like losing at sometimes and like winning at sometimes. And I was like running around everywhere. And I was like yelling and like squealing and screaming. And I feel like when I'm doing that, I think that's like when, I'm having the most fun. Because I'm like, Richard, or like all this, I don't know, too much screaming. Honestly, I was like, sorry if I'm screaming too much and it's like really distracting you, like I can stop. Like I said, have had a lot of like highs and lows. Like yesterday was such a high, today was like low-key such a low, but it's going up now and I had a lot of fun like watching. I like really hate like pressure and just like comparing us to other people because like even though like individually like I think that I'm better than someone, like they'll win and they'll be seated higher and blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, don't focus on like the outcome or like the numbers, just like focus on your play, and even though I was so proud of us yesterday, it's like today before bracket you just like know all of the details on the numbers and I try not to know it, but like people are just talking about it and then I'm like, dang, why am I not as good and blah blah blah. And ultimately I think like it's such a team chemistry thing. Like I think even if you put two really good players together, they're not necessarily going to play well together. And I think that's so true. Like I don't know. I just think yeah, like I just have to find people that I feel like I can be really good with, like play wise, skill wise, and complement them well, and then also like attitude wise, because like if I'm down, it makes Anthony down, but I need to be with a partner who can like in a way like cheer me up or know what to do or like what to say. Yeah, it's just like a vibe thing as much as it is like a skill thing. I've rambled so much and I think I'm like losing my voice because I keep talking to like Nicole and everyone about how I think things have been. And like Rand too, he gave me like a lot of good like advice and insight. I wish I was here so he could like tell me stuff and like tell me what to think about and I could like improve, because I think what's fun about this sport is like the strategy and the positioning and the play, and obviously like learning how to do all like the things individually, like passing, setting, hitting, or whatever. I think like my favorite thing to do also is passing and setting. And so I'm always like, I want the other people to hit, because it's such a like good feeling for me to see a good set and to see the good hit be like followed through. Last ramble thought of the day, but